Good evening, everyone. So, for tonight's vlog, we'll be talking about language is power or control, a critical tech. If I told you most of the time, when people ask you something, they're not really asking. Think about it. Can you finish this by tomorrow? Maybe you should write it as an essay. Are these suggestions or hidden commands? Today I'm going to challenge a common belief. Language is not neutral, it is a tool of power and sometimes also control. We often think language is just for communication, but in reality, it is used to shape behavior, enforce authority, and maintain social hierarchies. These are the two key forms of power. Power to, which is the ability to act, power over, which is the ability to control others. But here's the controversial part. Most everyday conversations are actually examples of power over disguised as politeness. Even persuasion, what we call influence, is not always harmless. It can subtly pressure people into agreement without them realizing it. Now, for the everyday manipulation, in families, we often romanticize obedience. But when a parent says, I already paid your tuition, so continue studying, is that a guidance or coercion? Children are not just guided, they're linguistically conditioned to obey. Even indirect language like wear my shoes becomes a command. No explicit order, yet full compliance. For education, is it a choice or a pressure? Teachers appear to give freedom. It's when a teacher says you can choose any format, but essays get bonus points. Is that really a choice or a strategic way to control student output without sounding authoritarian? This is power at its most effective when people follow instructions while believing they are free. For the workplace, it is it a professional language or hidden hierarchy? Managers rarely say, do it now. Instead, they say, can you have this one done by tomorrow? Grammatically, it's a question. Socially, it's an order. This is what makes workplace more dangerous. It hides behind politeness, making resistance seem appropriate. For the authority figures, is it a trust or a compliance? Doctors, leaders, even media personalities, they use language to influence decisions. When a doctor says you need to exercise before it gets worse, it sounds like advice, but it carries institutional authority. The patient complies not just because of logic, but because of who is speaking. For culture, is it a respect or inequality? In many societies, language reflects hierarchy. Formal speech for the powerful, casual speech for the less powerful. But let's question this. Is this respect or system that normalizes inequality through language? When people are required to speak higher forms to others, they're also being reminded of their place. Power doesn't always shout, sometimes it whispers. It appears in interruptions, controlling topics, asking strategic questions, speaking longer than others, ignoring responses. Even silence can dominate a conversation. The most powerful speakers are not really the loudest. They're the ones who control the flow of interaction. So here's the uncomfortable truth. Language is not just a tool of for expression. It is a tool for maintaining power structures in society, from families, schools, from workplaces to culture. We're constantly being influenced, sometimes without realizing it. The real question is not, do we use language, but who controls the language and who gets controlled. Because once you start noticing it, you can't really unhear it. Till next time, bye!